The Hockenheim Ring Baden-Württemberg is a motor racing circuit situated in the Rhine Valley near the town of Hockenheim in Baden-Württemberg, Germany. Amongst other motor racing events, it has hosted the Formula One German Grand Prix, most recently in 2019. Originally called Dreieckskurs, Triangle Course, the Hockenheim Ring was built in 1932. The man behind it is Ernst Christ, a young timekeeper who felt that a racing track should be built in his hometown of Hockenheim. This first layout of the track was around 12 kilometers long and consisted of a large triangle-like section, a hairpin in the city, and two straights connecting them. In 1938, the circuit shortened and the Ostkurve corner was introduced for the first time. In that year, the track was renamed to Kurpfalzring. The track was damaged by tanks during the World War II. After the war, the track was repaired and renamed to Hockenheim Ring. This version of the circuit was just over 7.5 kilometers long and consisted of the two long straights with the Ostkurve in the forest and the original hairpin inside Hockenheim joining them together. In 1965, when the new Autobahn A6 separated the village from the main part of the track, a new version of Hockenheim circuit was built. After Jim Clark was killed on 7th of April 1968 in a Formula 2 racing accident, two fast chicanes were added and the track was lined with crash barriers in 1970. A small memorial was placed near the first chicane at the site of his accident. In 1982, another chicane was added at the Ostkurve East Curve after Patrick Depailler was killed there in 1980, and the first chicane was made slower as well. For the 1992 German Grand Prix, the Ostkurve was changed yet again from a quick left turn into a more complex right-left-right chicane after Eric Comas trashed there in 1991. The second chicane was renamed after Ayrton Senna after his death at the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix. This version used to be quite large, with a very long and very fast section going through forests, essentially consisting of four straights of roughly 1.3 kilometer, separated by a chicane sequence followed by a more tight and twisty stadium section named Motodrome. This made the setting up of racing cars difficult since the choice had to be made. Whether to run low downforce to optimize speed through the straights and compromise grip in the stadium section, or run more downforce to optimize grip through the stadium section and compromise speed on the straights. The long track length also meant that a typical Formula One race had only 45 laps, limiting the spectators' experience of the race to only that many passes through the stadium. During the mid-1980s turbo era of Formula One, where fuel was restricted, Hockenheim also saw drivers, including world champion Alain Prost, at times failed to finish due to simply running out of fuel near the end of the race. Prost ran out of fuel at the end of 1986 race, pushing his McLaren towards the line before giving up. Many problems came to light during the 2000 German Grand Prix, which was won by Brazilian driver Rubens Barrichello, from having started 18th on the grid. The race finished in changeable weather conditions with pouring rain in the stadium section and almost completely dry forest straights. All the overtaking moves that took place during the race were in the chicanes of the forest sector, meaning hardly any spectators saw most of the best action. Midway through the race, a former Mercedes-Benz employee who had been dismissed breached the track's security barriers on the first forest straight, showing vulnerable security facilities in the forest and leading to the deployment of the safety car that neutralized a comfortable lead for the two Mercedes-powered McLarens. These events prompted much protest from the FIA to greatly improve spectator viewing, safety and security at the track, claiming that the track was no longer suited to modern Formula One racing. In the early 2000s, Formula One officials demanded the 6.82-kilometer track to be shortened and threatened to discontinue racing there. So, the circuit was dramatically shortened, with the long, forested straights section chopped off in favor of more tight corners. More than half of the first straight and almost all of the straight between the Ostkurve and Senna chicane were cut, and the rest was connected with a new long straight called the Parabolica. In an extremely controversial move, the old forest section was torn up and replanted with trees, eliminating any chance of using the old course either for future Formula One events or for historical car events. There was and still remains a great deal of criticism of the track redesign in terms of ruining the previous unique technical challenges of the old Hockenheim circuit. The change in the track layout also saw the installation of a new memorial to Jim Clark. This is located at the outside of the current track's turn 2, where the old track continued out into the forests and the new shortened track turns to the right. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, 7th of April 1968. He had an accident here where he died. This here is the new Jim Clark memorial stone. Because I'm an outdoor historian, I want to find the old memorial stone of Jamie Clark. So we might as well follow the original line. And if we follow that line, we probably are able to find the place what we are looking for. So we are now following the old track. Here on my right side, as I'm walking more into the forest, is the old racetrack of Hockenheim. And as you can see, here is growing some trees. All this used to be the racetrack before. You can't see here any trees which have been growing like really slowly, but you can still see that here are like wells and stuff like this. They have been moving lots of ground to destroy the old Hockenheim ring, which is a pity. And most of all, planting all these trees here, which are actually quite ugly, if you ask me. And you see, behind, over there are some pines and needle trees, and all this between here used to be the old racetrack. These pines, they have been here long time. They have seen Formula One cars driving by, and these pines on this side too. But everything here in the middle, this is new vegetation planted here. We reached the stream here next to me, and now we should follow this where the first chicane used to be, and quite close to that we should find, if we are lucky, the accident place and the memorial stone of James Clark. It's difficult here on this location to spot the old racetrack anymore, but you can still see from the Google Maps, because they have planted different kind of trees, you know, the fast growing ones. Yeah, I remember as a kid growing up in Finland, so many Sundays I was watching Formula 1 Grand Prix, also from Hockenheim. You know, already the name Hockenheim gives me chills. Oh yeah, nowadays not even in Formula 1 calendar anymore. We are at the first chicane. Wow. What do we have here now? You can really see where the racetrack has been coming. Those times when the engines, they were still those V12 roaring machines. I have a feeling we are pretty close now. We're not so far away. We're not that far away. Yeah, here we are. Here we go. There we go. The memorial stone of Jimmy Clark, born 4th of March 1936 in Kilmoney, Scotland, and died 7th of July 1968 on this place. He was the Formula 1 world champion 1963 and 1965. Jamie, I hope you can appreciate my effort to come here to pay my respect to you. You are not forgotten, because as long as there are people who remember you, you live on. You live on, man. Jimmy, may I give you some Scottish whiskey? Cheers. Cheers, mate. I'm having a battle with myself right now. Part of me is happy that the nature is here. It has taken over this place. The roaring engines, they are gone. 2001 was the last year when they were racing, driving this racetrack to this direction like madmen. And 2002, the old track on these parts of the woods were teared away and all these trees were planted. So here we are, 23 years later, and it looks like this. We are at the east curve. Oh yeah. You can see here the curvature of the east curve. It has gone here. I really appreciate that they have left this untouched, more or less. Of course, the old tarmac is away, but here in those times, basically, you could stand and you could watch the Formula 1 cars coming from there, going to this corner and taking a turn back to the Ayrton Senna chicane and to the motordrome over there. I guess we can follow this path a little bit. Here we are. East curve of the racetrack. We are in the middle of it. Quite a funny feeling. Oh yeah. We came to this street here, which is part of the old racetrack. You can still see some markings here and there. This is so crazy. This is awesome. Here I am walking in the middle of this old legendary racetrack. Alright guys, it's really getting dark now. Can you see this, guys? Here is still the old tarmac left. Here where the track has come, you know, the original one. Guys, it's getting really dark now, and this is a perfect spot to you know, to make my camp for the night. So let's do it. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Accommodation for the night. It's my go-to accommodation for the dangerous stealth missions like this. I'm going to be using my red light. Let's hope no one is coming. I think it's safe enough to start cooking. I will be cooking using my Swiss emergency cooker 71. Let's have some pasta, and I have some sandwiches. Oh yeah, I gotta tell you guys, Lingonberry took the recipe of my mother's bread, and it's really delicious. Really nice flame. And this bread is really dark. Excellent. Today I'm not having the traditional step 2 on me, but since we are having the Scottish whiskey, I think we're going to be okay. It's a bit chilly here, so it's good to have some whiskey. It is soon 7:30. 25 years ago, if I would have been here doing this, what I'm doing right now, maybe I would have been arrested as an eco-terrorist, whatever. And nowadays, doing this, I might be arrested as, I don't know, making the place dirty or whatever. Times, they are a-changing. I'm going to sleep now. Catch you in the morning. Ciao. Good morning from the German Grand Prix 2025. The most die-hard Formula 1 fans are sleeping on the area of competition. It is 6:45 and the sun is slowly rising. Today it's gonna be a beautiful day, but it's rather cold. Me slept okay. Could have been better. Felt cold. I slept like 1.5 hours. Then I woke up for half an hour. Then again 1.5 hours sleeping. Half an hour up. That kind of rhythm. But we could manage. And here we are. Yeah, guys, those bicycles are going by all the time. I must get this BV down, and I must get this BV down fast. Alright guys, this is it. I would like to thank you for coming with me and Jimmy to this all-night episode coming from this beautiful town of Hockenheim in Germany, and this old racetrack, or what is left of it. If you haven't, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, put the thumbs up, and see you next time somewhere outside. Ciao! So this is where the old Hockenheim ring stops and the new starts.